Trump's renewed rhetoric about regime change in Iran is intensifying a key question across the region. In a high-stakes showdown, who betrays whom first? Alliances, so-called neutral partners, or covert channels? Experts are now mapping out possible game plans as the United States continues to strengthen its military buildup and position assets in ways that could support multiple options, from deterrence to direct action. Iran sits in a crowded neighborhood of states, where some are openly hostile, some are strategic allies, and others present themselves as neutral while still leaving room for quiet cooperation. Overlooking the neutrality claims of certain Central Asian nations could come back to bite Tehran, because neutrality on paper can still translate into access, logistics, or intelligence in practice. Turkmenistan is reportedly an under-the-radar factor that Washington could try to play against Iran, precisely because Ashgabat is less discussed than Iraq, the Gulf, or the Levant. Some OSINT and flight tracking-based claims have circulated that U.S. cargo aircraft recently landed at undisclosed locations in Turkmenistan, feeding speculation about logistics preparation or quiet coordination. If Ashgabat were to permit it, U.S. forces could theoretically use access for ground raids against Iran alongside aerial action, creating an additional axis that complicates Iran's defensive planning. Turkmenistan has long recognized and maintained ties with Israel, and reports note that an Israeli embassy was opened in 2023, a development that drew attention because of Turkmenistan's geography. While diplomatic ties are often traced back to the early 1990s, the embassy location has been portrayed as strategically notable due to its proximity to Iran, adding symbolism even if it changes little militarily on its own. Even without any official Israeli military bases inside Turkmenistan, multiple reports over the years have pointed to arms-related cooperation, which can deepen technical links and security familiarity. Ashgabat has reportedly been purchasing Israeli drone technology since the 2010s, a point often cited to argue that defense ties may be more substantive than the neutral branding suggests. Historically, Turkmenistan was described as coming close in 1994 to joining NATO's Partnership for Peace track, which would have widened its Western security engagement in the post-Soviet period. However, the United Nations' recognition of Turkmenistan's neutral status has been treated as a legal political barrier to joining military blocs, creating a formal posture of non-alignment. After the 9th of November, Ashgabat did allow U.S. cargo airspace access, and some reporting has hinted that cooperation could have been broader at times than what was publicly acknowledged. Beyond Central Asia, China and Russia remain major variables that can constrain how much the US or Israel can leverage Iran's neighbors, because both have their own red lines and influence networks. Pakistan is often portrayed as unlikely to stay fully neutral in a major Iran crisis due to shared border security concerns, which can quickly spill over regardless of official statements. Baloch militancy and China's influence are frequently cited as reasons Pakistan might tilt toward supporting Iran, within limits, aiming to prevent chaos on its border while avoiding a direct clash with Washington. Azerbaijan is commonly described as closely tied to Israel through energy ties as well as military and intelligence cooperation, making it a recurring point of concern in Iranian threat perceptions. Israel is also accused by its critics of leveraging Kurdish militant-linked networks in and around Iraqi Kurdistan to target Iranian interests, adding another layer of proxy and covert action narratives. The UAE and Bahrain are framed as overtly aligned with Israel after the Abraham Accords, which shapes regional assumptions about access, intelligence sharing, and diplomatic coordination during crises. Saudi Arabia and Qatar maintain cordial or workable relations with Iran, yet both also host significant US military footprints, creating a dual-track reality of diplomacy on one hand and deterrence infrastructure on the other. Jordan is often described as central to the US regional posture, with periodic reports of forces shifting between nodes in Syria and Jordan as operational demands evolve. In contrast, Iran has worked to improve ties with Afghanistan and has engaged the Islamic Emirate in recent years, viewing the eastern border as a space where influence and stability matter more than slogans. And beyond all these headline players, many unexpected factors, back-channel deals, domestic political constraints, tribal dynamics, logistics corridors, and deniable militias, could end up shaping outcomes more than official statements ever do.